Hey everyone, I'm so glad to see you again, and we are going to get started with Fundations. I really hope you had a nice weekend, and I'm going to start by introducing our two new sound cards for the week. So our sound cards are these. This is the letter, do you know? The letter S. So our sound card is S, snake, S. Okay, let's try that again. Ready? S, snake, S. If you haven't said it with me those last two times, this time I'd like you to practice saying the sound card with me. So let's say it one more time all together. S, snake, S. Good. Okay, so letter S is one of our new cards for the week. And I know we can't see all of our board, but S is up here, so I am going to flip our lowercase s around so it is up there and ready to go for when you're in the classroom. Okay, our next letter that is new this week is this letter. Do you know what letter this is? Good, it's D. So the sound card is D, dog, D. Okay, again, it is D, dog, D. If you haven't said it with me, this time please say it with me, okay? Let's say our sound card together. D, dog, D. Good. So we have S, snake, S, and D, dog, D, as our other letter, S and D. Okay, now, because I just jumped into sound cards, before I even said, you're gonna need your dry erase board for this, pause my video, go find your dry erase board, marker, eraser, because we are gonna practice making our lowercase letter S, so we're going lowercase, and our lowercase letter D, okay? All right, come back when you're ready and start my video. All right, so S, snake, S. We're gonna practice lowercase s. And if we are looking at our lowercase s, do you think that letter starts at the skyline, plain line, grass line, or worm line? Where are we gonna start? Right, we're gonna start at the plain line. And now I know S can be one of those very tricky letters, so please, please, please try your best. And as the week goes on, I guarantee it's gonna start to look better if it's a struggle, okay? When we make our S, and I'm gonna kind of turn my body, get my dry erase marker. We have to start a little bit just right under the plain line, very little under the plain line. Do you see that? Because then we're just gonna curve it a little bit at the top and fly across our plain line, curve it down in the middle, and then down and around to the grass line. Ooh, and even that one, because I'm doing it on an angle, isn't my very best S. But I did try my best trying to hold my board and do it. So I am not unhappy, but I will try again. So I'm gonna erase lowercase s. Curve around the plain line, fly across your plain line, curve it in the middle, and come down and around to the grass line. There we go, much better my second time around. I hope so for your sake too. Lowercase s. So practice that a couple of times. If you need to erase your board, but go on through and make a couple lowercase s's. And if S is already in your name, you're probably really good at it and you might not need to practice as many times. Good, so our sound card is S, snake, S. Our lowercase letter is a plain line to grass line letter. We want to try to use that whole space. Good. Okay. Our next sound card is D, dog, D. And the lowercase letter we are going to make the letter we're going to make is the lowercase d. Now if we look at our lowercase d, do you think that's going to be a skyline, plain line, grass line, or worm line letter for where we start? Good, this one is a skyline letter like the letter B. It's going to be a skyline to grass line letter, and then we're going to make a diaper is what we call for the back side of our D, because our B has a belly, but our D has a diaper. Okay, so that's how we can tell which letter is which. When we go to make it, and it might sound silly as I'm saying it, but you'll see when I make it on my board, You start at the skyline. We always start at the top. We do not start our letters at the bottom. Always start at the top. Draw your straight line down to the grass line. Trace it up your line back to the plane line, and that's where you curve and fly backwards on the plane line. Curve it down and around to the grass line. And there's your letter D. Good. So let's try it again. Straight line from the skyline to the grass line. I trace my line back up to the plane line, and I fly backwards on my plane line until I'm ready to curve it down and around to the grass line. D. D, dog, D. Good. So practice those a couple of times throughout the day, even if it's after this video, that's fine too. But make sure we're practicing letter S today on our dry erase boards and letter D on our dry erase boards. Good. All right. Now, if you need more time to practice, you can pause my video. We're just going to do something very quickly. We have started to learn so many letters and sounds that we can start to put those sounds together that those letters make to make a small word. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay? I am going to put on my board just 2-letter sounds. We're just going to worry about 2-letter sounds. Okay? What letter do I have? Don't say the sound, just say the letter so we understand what we're working with. U. Good. And what's this letter? G. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to practice saying the sounds of each word until we hear what sounds it makes together. Okay, so that's blending when we hear what sounds it makes together and we say it. So let's say the U sound together. Ready? G. G. What's that sound like? Ugh. Good. Now that's the ending sound of something, because I could rhyme ugh with bug, mug, rug, but we have the ugh sound that we're starting to read. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to change it up a little bit. Now I want to put all right, now I have the letter A and the letter D. Okay, remember, new sound, D, D for D. Let's say the sounds. Ready? A, D. Let's say it together. Ready? A, D. A, D. What's that sound like? Add. Add. Very good. And now again, it's just the ending sounds we're blending, but I can rhyme add with mad, sad, dad. Can you do any more rhymes? Good. All right, we're going to try one more blending of our 2 sounds. Let's do here's our 2 letters. Our letter is O. Our letter is N. Good. Now we're going to say the sounds. So think about what sounds they make. What sound does O make? Ah, ah, on. What's that word sound like? On. Very good. We're going to do a lot more of blending a vowel and a consonant together in the classroom this week and thinking about what words rhyme with those blends that we are already starting to put, or words that we're starting to blend together. All right, kindergarten, you did a fabulous job. I can't wait to see you in the classroom. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.